Good morning, everyone. This is Diligence here. Finally, oh my god, finally Nasdaq went down. Imagine if I just rolled my options last week instead of actually just letting it expire and only take a 5% increase. But again, most of the liquidity are tied up in MMAT, therefore I didn't really load up on shorts. But the people are panicking, right? They're very sad and they're blaming the Delta variant. Let's just look at the news, alright? Let me just tell you why the medias are so wrong on every single angle. So we just go on Delta variant. We're going to see breakthrough cases and it's gonna be okay. You know, Dow Jones sinks 700 points. A Delta variant fear hits Wall Street. No. At this point, what we really know about the Delta variant is that this entire rampage of Delta variant actually started a month and a half ago. Okay? And what is interesting is back then nobody cares about this, right? So one of my friends was in Kentucky. That's actually number two's friend, and they're talking about, oh my god, this is rampaging, right? So the entire regular media and the reality actually have a 1 month lag sort of thing. They usually write this article, or they sort of prepare to write an article about the Delta variant, but they don't post it yet. They wait until something dramatic happens and then they blame this dramatic thing onto the Delta variant, which is pure just such drama. It's such a drama queen stuff. It's like when you talk about armchair data wrangling or armchair anthropology or armchair science. You literally have a result and you look for the reason instead of trying to work your way up, trying to figure out the actual reason for such result. You basically link your default saying correlation equals causality. It doesn't work that way, okay, guys? And if we look at oil futures, right? This is also on the news this morning. It's like OPEC Plus agreed on oil production increase, and then this is a key word here. The part by OPEC Plus as a group is known aim to begin pumping more oil beginning next month. What did this say? Next month. And what is interesting is you still have July 18th to August 11. In this period of time, you have a huge supply shock in the American market. And then our demand for oil is not going anywhere. And if you look at this article, it says the average price of a gasoline in the United States is $3.17. And if you just go out, right? If you go out, even though they floated the oil price, it's still gonna. If you're in California, it's still gonna be around 3.98, around $4. Okay, and it's not really gonna go anywhere because tomorrow everybody's gonna realize, holy, we still have a month. And then even if we still have a month in August, the seasonal workers still need to travel, right? And then for those of you who are still deciding, or your company is still deciding whether they should get you into the office or send you permanently at home, until October, right? Those people still need to travel, right? And if you look at all these parents are trying to send their kids to school in early September, the oil demand is not going anywhere. And then due to the fact that the oil supply in the United States actually didn't really increase that much to match the demand, you still will see a shock. And then now the oil is just going to stabilize at $70. Let's see. I haven't even looked at the oil price yet. Oh no, the BZ thing is actually not working this morning. Fantastic. Where's the crude oil? There you go, $69. Fantastic. And then probably later in the market, people's gonna start sucking in and start buying in too. If you just look at SPY, it's the same thing. Now, if you are again, we're not financial advisors. We do not give financial advices, right? But if you are an aggressive investor, you can now start to buy a little bit now. Right? If we look at SQQQ, which is shorting the Nasdaq, it sort of peaked at 9.3. It sort of peaked, right? What does it mean is later on, when people are gonna realize that people are just panicking, when a lot of people who have cash flow, they started buying in, this correction doesn't really mean anything. I mean, it might take a week to get back, but this correction doesn't really mean anything. I mean, if we're going back to our boy, well, if all of you who just want to learn day trading, right now I still have to like get this job done and everything so I can go back. I'll be back in my old place around like 23rd or 22nd. So if you just want to make money, you can literally, what you can do is, for those of you AMC fanatics, you can literally buy some AMC and wait until aftermarket, or wait until tomorrow morning. I can't guarantee you anything, but I can sort of tell you probably can make like $1 or $2, right? Like over here. And for those of you who are just, I only trade MMAT. Oh my god, I only trade MMAT. I mean, again, at this point, what do you see? I mean, there are possibility that it's gonna go down to $2. But at this point, if you look at the option chain, like 20 minutes ago, you see an IV spike around this point, right? And then you can literally load up a little bit of puts. I mean, at this point, right? At this point, if we do the division, so it's 1.5, literally $1.5 equals to $1.5 pre-split. What does it mean is, for all of you on Twitch, not Twitch, Torch directors, Torch board of directors, Torch shareholders, it's not even worth, the merger is not even worth it at this point anymore. It means at this point the merger never happened. This is the asset value of the stock right now. It just means the merger never happened. Torch never add any value to MMAT. Never. Didn't do anything. No, nothing. Okay. So I've already said it like that. So for those of you who are smart, maybe buy some leap options. For those of you who are just, a lot of people are gonna be like, oh my god, I'm gonna keep shorting. Well, if you keep short, come back in 2 months and see what happens. Oh my god. It's just same thing with like what else do we want to talk about? If you look at Tesla, Tesla have a support at 620. So and with all the Dogecoin frenzy and everything, right now the market, let me just tell you one thing. Right now the market is not ready to go down to another March 2020. Right? It's not ready to crash yet. There are certain things that have to be in place for the market to crash. This is a correction. And of course, I'm gonna hit I'm probably gonna be like hitting my own face or something if tomorrow there's gonna be a gap down. But in reality, that possibility is pretty low right now. Because, alright, the supply chain, right now the global supply chain is getting ready to basically recover. Because nobody else is worried about the Delta variant except for the Americans, okay? People in Asia, nobody wear a mask anymore. We all know that. If you look at the data back in the 1920s with all the influenza and everything, you will see that after a year, they can't stay in anymore. Like, a lot of people are sex deprived, right? If you ask number 2, who's just like lonely as shit, right? And like, if you ask me, who's also like lonely, but at the same time, I don't really have any friends. But when people are super lonely, they just want to go out and about. As a government, you can't really do anything, right? So at this point, if if the market experiences another gap down, guess what? That is really the buy the dip moment at that point. I mean, you might need to like, put your money in there for a long time, right? Like 3 months or 4 months. But the thing is, once if the Delta variant is actually a problem in the United States, that means the interest rate is not going to go up in the near future, right? Because if the interest rate could go up, there are 30% of Americans are just hanging on a string right now, right? If the interest rate goes up, these people are going to just open a window, go on a high bridge and, do their own thing. We don't want them to do that. The government don't want them to do that. And if you look at all the entire labor force, a lot of people don't have a job right now, right? Tapering talk eased, and then if they pull the plug on interest rate, holy influx of labor into the market. Labor shortages become a labor overflow. Bang! The entire economy just bang! So that's not going to happen. The economy is not ready to crash yet. But at the same time, if it happens, then it's when you and I are gonna make the big bucks here. If it actually happens, you and I is gonna make the big bucks here. I think this is it for the morning report this morning. And for those of you who are panicking, I mean, don't, because temporary corrections are just temporary corrections. As I said before, you don't want the retails to own a bunch of the float, because what essentially makes us money is the fluctuation. Okay. All right. If you haven't smash that like button until your arm is twitching. Okay. And see you on the upside, guys.